Narayanaaya. Welcome, friends. Let's do our six things of Ganapati Stotra Parayanam for one more day, today, tomorrow. Let us do our Vedic chanting, Rigvedaha Dashama Mandala, a short common sense thought, Shanti Mantra and Sankalpa, Upanishad Mantra, Ucharana, Upanishad Mantra, Dhyanam with Bhashyam, Shwethashwathara Upanishad, very profound, important topic of Tvam Pada, what is constituted as Jiva, as you and I. And therefore, how and why we are bound, and therefore, how we can, or we must, or we should get liberated. These very salient, crucial, important topics are contained in these shlokas from 7 onwards in this Panchamodhyaya. We have to study that. So, welcome all. Remember the Loka Sevakadi Vyaktitvas. Remember the Parabrahma Ishvara, Jagannatha Devatagana, Gurugana, Shastragana, Anugraha we all need all the time. For that, all these efforts are. Now, Ganapati's beautiful 4 stotrams. Let me see if we have energy. We will do all the 4 of them. If not, 2 today and 2 tomorrow. First one is Shri Marakata Shri Lakshmi Ganapati Suprabhatam. Om Ganeshanugraheణ समस्त विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा रिद्धि सिद्धि बुद्ध्यादीनां प्राप्ति द्वारा परमात्मानुभूति ब्रह्मानुभूति मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थम मरकत श्री लक्ष्मी गणपति सुप्रभातम. See, today is Friday also. Lakshmi Ganapati Suprabhatam. Om Prarthana. Om Shrimanmarakatam Lakshmi Ganesham Satyapujidam Kanaji Guda Nilayam Vande Sankashtaharakam. Om Shriman Manognya Nigamagama Gita Shri Parvati Paramashambhuvaratmajata Shri Satyavang Maragato Lasadatma Bhuta Lakshmi Ganesha Bhagavan Tava Suprabhatam श्रीवत्सदुग्धमय सागर पूर्ण चंद्र व्याख्येय भक्त सुमनोर्चित पाद पद्म श्री सत्यवांग मरगतोल्लसदात्म भूष लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय कारण कर्मशील अष्टोत्तराक्षर मनोद्भव मंत्रलोल श्री सत्यवांग मरगतोल्लसदात्म केल लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम कष्ट प्रनष्ट परिबाधित भक्त रक्ष इष्टार्थदान निरतोद्यम कार्य दक्ष श्री सत्यवांग मरगतोल्लसदात्म भूत लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम श्री व्यास भारत विलेखन कार्य दीक्षा दक्षा विरक्षण विचक्षण दीप्ति हस्त श्री सत्यवांग मरकतोल्लसदात्म भान भास श्री लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम ध्यानात्म भक्त जनता हृदयाभिराम श्रीनाम पूरित सहस्र सुनाम धाम श्री सत्यवांग मरगतोल्लसदात्म सीम लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम वैधातृवर्धित चराचर लोकपाल आवाहनात्मक सुकृत्य कलापतोष श्री सत्यवांग मरगतोल्लसदात्म भास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम विश्वंभरातल सुखासन सन्निविष्ट विश्व प्रशांति परिरक्षण कर्म तुष्ट श्री सत्यवांग मरगतोल्लसदात्म हृष्ट लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम गंगादि पुण्यमय वारि तरंग सिक्त श्रीयांघ्रिसारसयुग प्रविलास देह श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् हस्तद्वयाम्बुरुहलोलन वार्घ्यनीर स्वच्छ प्रभा प्रविलसन् मुखचन्द्रबिम्ब श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् बिम्बाधरस्पृगमलामृतपूरिताम्बो श्रीकारराजितपराचमनीयश्वराचमनीय शोभ श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् पञ्चामृतामलफलोदक सम्प्रपूर्ण स्नानोपचार परितोषितमानसाब्ज श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् दिग्वस्त्रराजपरिधानित दिव्यदेह दृग्वासिताखिलफलप्रविभासमान श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् सौगन्ध्यजालहरिचन्दनदिग्धदिव्य प्रोद्भासितामलतनो विभवैकरम्य श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् स्वच्छ प्रभासितवराक्षतराजवर्षे व्याकर्षणीय रुचिराङ्गविलोकनीय श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् नानासुगन्धवरधूपितधूपराज राजत विख्यातमौळि लसदार्श सुतत्वदेह श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् गाढान्धकार परिमार्जन दिव्य तेजो लास्यत् प्रदीप रुचिवत् वरतत्वभास श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् सर्वर्तु सम्फलितकोटिफलप्रवृष्टे राजन्निवेदन विनोदन कर्ममोद श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् पूगे फलादिकसुगन्धविलासहास द्रव्यात्मताम्बुलिकसेवन कर्मतोष श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् श्रेष्ठ प्रदक्षिण सुकर्म कलापमग्न संसेवकावळि सुरक्षण कार्यलीन श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् नीराजिताखिल सुगन्ध सुवस्तुजाल प्रोद्भासति पवरकान्ति विलासदीप्त श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् दूर्वाशमी मर्वकार्जुन सज्जाजिबिल्व दत्तूरचूत तुलसी वरपत्र सेव्य श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् माची सुदाडिमवरार्क सगण्डकीय प्रख्यात विष्णुमयकान्त सुपत्र सेव्य श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् श्री सिन्धुवार सवनोर्चित देवदारु संवासभासकरवीरदलैक सेव्य श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् अश्वत्थ दिव्य बदरी बृहती समञ्चत दिव्यापमार्गिक वनस्पति पत्र पूज्य श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् ओंकार पूर्ण भगवन्नुति पाठगम्य श्रीकार भावित मनोहर दिव्य रूप श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् दैनन्दिनोन्नयन चन्द्रकलात्मरूप प्राञ्चत् सुवर्णमणिरत्नरुचिप्रभास श्री सत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभूष लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीमोतुकूरुवरवंशज सत्यशास्त्री स्वान्ताम्बुजातवरपूजनकर्ममोद श्रीसत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्मभास श्रीलक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीमन्नटेश्वर कवेश्वर सम्प्रणीत श्रीसुप्रभात कविताभरण प्रबोध श्रीसत्यवाङ्मरगतोल्लसदात्महास लक्ष्मी गणेश भगवन् तव सुप्रभातम् इति श्रीमरकतलक्ष्मी गणपति सुप्रभातं सम्पूर्णम्। अथ श्रीमरकत श्रीलक्ष्मी गणपति स्तोत्रम्। ॐ वरसिद्धिसुबुद्धिमनोनिलयं निरतप्रतिभाफलदानघनं परमेश्वरमानसमोदकरं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् अणिमां महिमां गरिमां लघिमां घनताप्तिसुकामवरेशवशान् निरतप्रदमक्षयमङ्गलदं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् जननी जनकात्मविनोदकरं जनताहृदयान्तरतापहरं जगदभ्युदयाकरमीप्सितदं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् वरबाल्यसुखेलनभाग्यकरं स्थिरयौवनसौख्यविलासकरं घनवृद्धमनोहरशान्तिकरं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् निगमागमलौकिकशास्त्रनिधि प्रददानचरणं गुणगण्यमणिं शततीर्थविराजितमूर्तिधरं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् अनुरागमयं नवरागयुतं गुणराजितनामविशेषहितं शुभलाभवरप्रदमक्षयदं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् पृथिवीशसुपूजितपादयुगं रथयानविशेषयशोविभवं सकलागमपूजितदिव्यगुणं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् गगनोद्भवगाङ्गसरित्प्रभव प्रचुराम्बुजपूजितशीर्षतलं मणिराजितहैमकिरीटयुतं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् द्विजराजदिवाकरनेत्रयुतं कमनीयशुभावहकान्तिहितं रमणीयविलासकथाविधितं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् हृदयान्तरदीपकशक्तिधरं मधुरोदयदीप्तिकलारुचिरं सुविशालनभोङ्गणदीप्तिकरं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् कविराजविराजितकाव्यमयं रविकान्तिविभासितलोकमयं भुवनैकविलासितकीर्तिमयं प्रणमामि निरन्तरविघ्नहरम् श्री मरकत लक्ष्मी गणेश स्तोत्रम संपूर्णम। उसके नीचे ही है मरकत श्री लक्ष्मी गणपति प्रपत्ति। ओम अथ मरकत श्री लक्ष्मी गणपति प्रपत्ति। ओम सौमुख्य नाम परिवर्धित मंत्र रूपौ वैमुख्य भाव परिवार्जन कर्म बद्धौ प्रामुख्य कीर्ति वरदान विधान कर्मौ लक्ष्मी गणेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रेष्ठैकदन्त गजरूप निजानुभाव्यौ गोष्ठी प्रपञ्चित पुनीत कथा प्रसंगौ प्रोष्ठप्रदायक समुन्नत भद्ररूपौ लक्ष्मी गणेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। राजत् विलास कपिलाह्वय रूप भासौ राजत् कला निवासं स्तुत दिव्य रूपौ सौजन्य भासुर मनो विषय प्रभासौ लक्ष्मी गणेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। बिभ्राजदात्मगजकर्णिकया सुवेद्यौ शुभ्रांशु सौम्य रुचिरौ शुभचिन्तनीयौ अभ्रङ्कषात्ममहिमौ महनीयवर्णौ श्रीलक्ष्मी गणेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। लम्बोदरात्मकतनो विभवानुभाव्यौ बिम्बायमानवरकान्तिपथानुगम्यौ सम्बोधिताखिल चराचरलोकदृश्यौ लक्ष्मी गणेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। दुष्टासुरेषु विकटीकृतनैजरूपौ शिष्टानुरञ्जन चरणौ शिखरायमाणौ सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयकारणकार्यमग्नौ लक्ष्मी गणेश चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। निर्विघ्नराजितपथौ नियमैकवेद्यौ गर्वापनेयचरितौ गणराड्विनोदौ सर्वोन्नतौ सकलपालनकर्मशीलौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये गाणाधिपत्यपदवी प्रविभक्तदीपौ प्राणप्रदानकुशलौ प्रविलासभावौ त्राणोत्सुकौ निरतभाग्यविधानशीलौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये प्राग्धूमकेतुवरनाम विराजमानौ स्वाधीनकर्मकुशलौ समभावभाव्यौ बाधानिवारणचणौ भवबन्धनाशौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये ईशौ गणाधिपतिदिव्यपथानुगम्यौ राशीकृतात्मगुणभाग्यविवर्धमानौ आशान्तदीप्तिविभवौ सुकृतात्मदृश्यौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये मौळीन्दुकान्तिविशदीकृततत्त्वभासौ केळीविलासरुचिरौ कमनीयशोभौ व्यालोलभक्तिरमणौ वरदानशीलौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रेष्ठौ गजाननपुराणकथाविलीनौ श्रेष्ठप्रभावलयिनौ चिरदीप्तिभासौ श्रेष्ठात्मतत्त्वचरितौ शिवदानशीलौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीवक्रतुण्डमुखकान्तिसमानभासौ भावोन्नतिप्रथितसंस्तवनीयशोभौ सेवानुरक्तजनतावनकर्मदक्षौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये शूर्पोपमाननिजकर्णविलेख्यवर्णौ दर्भा दर्पापनोदनचणौ धरहासशोभौ कर्पूरसौ साम्यविमलौ करुणाविलासौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये हेरम्बनामपठनेन विराजमानौ प्रारम्भकार्यफलदानसमर्चनीयौ श्रीरम्यकान्तिविभवौ चिरकीर्तिनिष्ठौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये स्कन्दाग्रजत्वपदवी विलसत्प्रभावौ मन्दारसुन्दरसुमार्चितदिव्यरूपौ कुन्दोपमौ कविजनात्मविलासहासौ लक्ष्मीगणेशचरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये इति श्रीमरकतलक्ष्मीगणपतिप्रपत्तिः सम्पूर्णा। अब है मंगलाशासनम। श्री लक्ष्मी गणपति मंगलाशासनम भी कर लो। I thought it will be difficult to chant, but by God's grace, we are able to do. ओम अद श्री मरकत लक्ष्मी गणपति मंगलाशासनम। ओम श्री विलास प्रभारामचिदानंद विलासिने लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम स्वर्गलोक वसद्देव राजपूजित रूपिणे लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम मर्त्यलोक प्राणिकोटिकृत पूजा विमोदिने लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम पाताళलोक संवासि दैत्य संस्तव नंदिने लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम समस्त गण साम्राज्य पालनानंद मूर्तये लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम वेदोक्त धर्म संचालि जनतानंददायिने लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम धार्मिकांचित सर्वार्थ संपादक हितैषिणे लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम औचित्य कामना पूर्ण समाराधक रक्षिणे लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम मोक्ष साधन मार्गस्थ जनता फलदायिने लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम कर्म मार्ग सुकर्माढ्य सुजनोत्सवकारिणे लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम उपासनोद्यमासक्त भक्तमानसहंसिने लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम ज्ञानमार्ग प्रभाराशि संधातृशुभकारिणे लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम सत्यनारायणानंद संधान करुणात्मने लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम नटेश्वर कवि प्रोक्त स्तुति मानसचारिणे लक्ष्मी मरगतोल्लासी गणनाथाय मंगलम इति श्री मरगत लक्ष्मी गणपति मंगलाशासनम संपूर्णम। वाह, we could do it. Adbhuta. Marakata Ganapati, Marakata, one of the stones, precious stones. Ganapati made out of it. seems to be most precious one. Somewhere it might have been put and a bhakta has written it. Whoever has written, but in that total there is knowledge about Ganapati's glory, there is devotion, there is surrender, there is prayer. Therefore, so Suprabhatam, Stotram, Prapatti, Mangala Shasanam. These are the four things which we do to the Lord. I think it started with Bhagavan Sri Venkateshwara of Tirupati. You know, his Suprabhatam is there, done in the entire Andhra and Tamil Nadu states. On Saturday, especially, they do Mangala and almost every day. Then, in that after Suprabhatam, that is Stotram. Then comes the Prapatti. Then comes the Mangala Shasana. They are also same thing. You know, कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ नरशार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमान्निकम् उत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ गोविन्द उत्तिष्ठ गरुडध्वज उत्तिष्ठ कमलाकान्त त्रैलोक्यं मङ्गलं कुरु. This is how the Suprabhatam. स्तोत्रं कमलाकुचूचुककुङ्कुमतो नियतारुणितातुलनीलतनो कमलायतलोचनलोकपते विजयी भव वेङ्कटशैलपते. Here also same tune. Then again there also the prapatti. Sri Venkatesha Charanau Sharanam Prapadye. Lakshmi Nivasa Niravadya Gunaika Sindho Samsara Sagar Sharanaika Seto Vedanta Vedya Nijavaibhava Bhakta Bhogya Sri Venkatesha Charanau Sharanam Prapadye. So it goes on. So to the Mangala Shasanam, Sri Akantaya Kalyana Nidaye Nidayestinam, Sri Venkatanivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam, Lakshmi Savibhramaloka Subhro Vibhrama Chakshushe Sarvalokanam Venkateshaya Mangalam. In that way, even to many devatas in those respective temples, some or the other have written these four Suprabhatam, Stotram, Prabhati and Mangala Shasana. Prabhati and Sharanagati are same. Mangala Shasana. What we do is Prabhati. What Lord gives us is Sharanagati. Now spend 5 minutes for our Vedic Parayanam also. Once this is done, we will be jumping into our Bhashya Parayanam of the Chandogya Brahadaranyaka Adi, which is a part of our Chaturmasa Parayana Diksha, which got stopped because of lack of time, etc. Let us do this now. Om Ataveda Parayanam Rugvedaha Dashamandalam Ata Chatuschatvarimshatyadika Shatatama Anuvakadarabhya 144, 45, 46, 47. Let us see. 1 or 2 or 3. Om Ayam Hite Amartya Induratyo Navatpatyate Daksho Vishwayurvedase Ayam Asma Sukavya Rubhurvajrodaswade Ayam Bivartyortvakrušanam Madam Rubhurna Krutsvam Krutyam Madam Grushushena Yakrutvana Asuswasu Vasansagaha Avadidhe Dahi Shuvaha Yam Suparnah Paravata Shenasya Putra Abharad Shadachakram Yo Vartanihi Yante Shenascharumabhrugam Padavaradharunam Manamandhasaha Enavayo Vitaryayurjivasa Ena Jagara Vandhuta Eva Tadindra Induna Deveshu Siddharayate Mahityajaha Kshatkratva Vayo Vitaryayu Sukrato Kratvayamasmada Sudha 145 Imam Kanamyoshatim Virudham Balavattamam Yaya Savatnim Badate Yaya Samvindate Matim Uttana Parne Subhage Devajute Sahaswade Savatnim Me Para Damapatim Me Kevalankuro Uttarahamuttara Uttare Tuttarabhyaha Ata Savatniya Mamadhara Sadharabhyaha Sahyasya Nama Grubhunamino अस्मिन् रमते जने परामेव परावतं सपत्नीं गमयामसे अहमस्मि सहमाना तत्त्वमसि सा सहिः उभे सहस्वदे भूत्वे सपत्नीं मे सहावहै उपते धाम सहमानामवित्पाधाम सहीयसा मामनुप्रते मनोवत्सङ्गौरिवधावतु वधावारिवधावतु 146 अरण्यान्यरण्यान्यसौ या प्रेव नश्यसि तथा ग्रामं न वृच्छसि नत्वा भीरिव विन्दति वृषारवाय वदते यदुपावति चिच्छिकः आघाटिभिरिव धावयन्नरण्यानिर्महीयते उदगाव इवादन्त्युत वेश्मेव दृश्यते उदो अरण्यानि सायं शकटेरिव सर्जति गामङ्गैष आह्वयति दार्वङ्गैषो अपावधीत् वसन्नरण्यान्यां सायमकुक्षदिति मन्यते न वा अरण्यानिर्हन्त्यन्यश्चेन्नाभिगच्छति स्वादोह फलस्य जग्द्वाय यथा कामं निबध्यते आञ्जनगन्धिं सुरभिं बह्वन्नाम कृषीवलां राहं मृगाणां मातरमरण्यानि वशंसिषम् 147 श्रत्ते ददामि प्रथमाय मन्यवे हन्यद्वृत्रं सर्यं नर्यं विवेरपः उभे यत्त्वा भवतो रोदसी अनुरेजते शुष्मात् पृथिवी चिदद्रिवः तं मायाविरनवद्यमायिनं शवस्यदा मनसा वृत्रमर्धयः त्वामिन्नरो वृणते गविष्टिषु त्वां विश्वासु हव्या सृष्टिषु ऐषु चाकन्दिपुरुहूतसूरिषु वृथा सोये मघवन्नानशुर्मघम् अर्चन्ति तोकेतनये परिष्टिषु मेधसाता वाजिनमह्रयेदने स इन्नुरायः सुवृतस्य चाकनन्मदं यो अस्य रम्यं चिकेतति त्वावृदो मघवन्दाश्वध्वरो मक्षूसवाजं भरते धनान्नृभिः त्वं शर्धाय महिना गृणान उरुकृधि भगवञ्छग्धिरायः त्वन्नो मित्रो वरुणो न मायी पित्वो न दस्मदयसे विभक्ता ओम शांति 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 इतना काफी yes friends, what do we do in our today's common sense thought is one word, one aspect life may as a human being most important. Not only the human being, the entire living beings are living based on this one aspect and principle only. And it seems, with little close observation, the entire universe and cosmos also are running because of this one aspect. And in spirituality, there is no second thing which can beat this one. This is the highest, is the greatest, the noblest, the useful most, and the necessary and the must thing for all of us. One important thing, one and only important thing. On that only, everything again depends. And that one thing, perhaps we have discussed sufficient number of times in our earlier classes during various texts and topics. And yet, still we because of our inadvertence, etc., miss out on that most salient thing, most important thing. And that one thing is called as Shraddha. Anything in this life can be given, forgotten, given up, forgotten, but not this one aspect, the Shraddha. That's why, if you see the whole cosmos, it appears to be running with that Shraddha only. The entire living beings, with your subtle eye, if you look at it, any of the living beings, individually, mutually, totally, something moving all of them, something, what is it, connecting all of them, है ना, सबको पिरोया हुआ, सब में है जो है, सूत्र के समान. If something common denominator is there, it's nothing but this one aspect called as the faith only. If at all one more thing is there higher than that, that's called jnana. That's it. Almost they are so close to each other. If one is there, it gives the other one. श्रद्धा है इसलिए वो ज्ञान पाएगा, ज्ञान है इसलिए वो श्रद्धा होगा उसके पास. So this most salient aspect somehow in its quantity quality, when there is a reduction, the life is boring. The life is non-performing. The life is non-achieving. Life is non-celebrating. Life is unfulfilled. Reverse also, when this one thing is there, called as Shraddha, the life is celebrating. Life is continuous, aggressively performing. You know, life is full of achievements, and life is bubbling with joy every moment, and thereby the life is fulfilled. One thing, Shraddha, isn't it? And there's nobody who doesn't have. But then, where do they have, and where they have to have, and how much they have to have, they are the things to be thought over. Very subjective, very sublime, very important. Inasmuch in Gita and every of the Shastra, this word inevitably comes, isn't it? In Gita, though, before telling us about the moksha in the 18th chapter, one complete chapter is given for Shraddha only, the 17th chapter. As if to say, even if the 16 chapters you have not heard, forgotten, never mind. If you have the Shraddha of the 17th chapter, you are fit for the moksha of the 18th chapter. Isn't it? As if Bhagavan says. And also, in another way, if at all you have studied all what I said in 16 chapters, the proof of all your deep study understanding is in your having this Shraddha, which qualifies you for the moksha. And everywhere you see that. है ना? Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yoga, Devaihi in the Kaivalya Upanishad. When the Shishya asks the Guru, Hey Guru, tell me Brahma Vidya. Adihi Bhagavan Brahma Vidyam Varishtam Sada Sadbihi Sevyamanam Nigudham Yachirat Sarva Papam Vyapohya Paratparam Purushopaiti Divyam. And he says, Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yoga, Devaihi. Isn't it? Again, you can see in our Prashna Upanishad also, when all the six disciples go to the Guru Pippalada, before starting to answer the questions, for 1 year he tells to stay in the ashram and do what? Bhuya eva tapasa brahmacharyena shraddhaya samvatsaram samvatsyata. Ata prashnan pruchata yadi vignastyamaha sarvam vo vakshyama iti. In Gita also again, 4th chapter, Shraddhavan lavate jnanam is equal to moksha. Exactly opposite of Shraddha is Samshaya, Samshayatma vinashyati. Shraddhavan lavate jnanam is equal to moksham, Samshayatma remains ajnanam is equal to vinashyati. है ना? Yo yat shraddha sa eva saha. So that one beautiful thing called as Shraddha, you have to keep on consciously checking and bring it out from the wrong places and put it in the right places. That's what we consciously have to do. Shraddha, Shraddha, Shraddha. Right? Not that we don't have. We have abundantly, but misplaced trust and all that. Pays it rightly, highest is achieved. Right? Now, how this Shraddha expresses? When do we say that we have faith in us, Shraddha in us? So many ways it can be explained as. But today we'll see 6 or 7 of them, or maybe 5 or 6, 7, 8. I don't know how many thoughts Lord will give. But each one of them have to be very deeply contemplated upon, very deeply understood, very deeply grasped. More than all that, very deeply it should be felt. One by one we'll see. First, Shraddha is equal to the faith, which can move mountains provided that faith is even stronger than the mountains. That belief is called as the Shraddha. Then Shraddha means liking. Shraddha and faith are directly proportional. Shraddha and liking are directly proportional. So wherever we have liking, it means we have Shraddha. Wherever we have Shraddha, there obviously follows the liking. And wherever there is liking, definitely there is the interest. If somewhere we don't have the interest, means we don't have the Shraddha there. Shraddha is equal to the interest. And then wherever there is an interest, definitely there will be a focus. Isn't it? If you don't have the Shraddha, there is no focus. If you're not focusing on something, means Shraddha nahi hai udhar. So Shraddha is the faith, Shraddha is the liking, Shraddha is the interest, Shraddha is the focus. So to wherever there is focus, there is clarity of understanding. Because we are focusing. When you focus, obviously you will have absolute clearer most understanding. Again, which is a central point, pivotal point for life's every achievements. Where there is a focus or Shraddha, there the thing will be very, very clear. In the sense, some clarity is not there somewhere means what? You don't have the Shraddha in that. And when there is a clarity, then there is the commitment also. You know, when you are clear about something, you are committed there. Then wherever there is commitment, definitely there follows the discipline. You know, wherever there is discipline, the well thorough planning will be there. And wherever there is a planning thoroughly made, it can never be complete without its execution. And wherever the execution is done according to the planning, the thing definitely will result. Whatever the success we want in whichever the field, we get it. And all of these eight things are because of Shraddha. Shraddha is one, but it has got so many beautiful aspects necessitating or explaining. Any one of them lacking is called lacking of Shraddha. The Purna Shraddha means Purnata in all these things. We have to have the faith also, we have to have the liking also, we have to have the interest also, we have to have the focus also, we have to have the clarity also, we have to have the discipline also, we have to have the planning also, and we have to execute also. When these eight things are done, definitely the ninth one, there will be success. If I'm not succeeding, means what? One of these eight aspects of Shraddha are missing in me. Means Shraddha is not there. Just a white light has got VIBGYOR, the seven colors in that. So to this one Shraddha has got these eight most important aspects. Lacking of that, lacking in life's performance. Isn't it? Now it's a big subject. Next question, which will not elaborate much. Leave it for your thinking and discussion. Okay, then where we should have to have Shraddha? Where we are supposed to have Shraddha of all these eight aspects. You know, where we should have about our own life. Answer is हमारे ही जिंदगी के प्रति हमारी श्रद्धा होनी है and in our own lives, goals and ambitions. The Shraddha should be there of all these eight salient aspects. And when I say goals and ambitions, it's in general. Particularly for you and I, we don't have goals and ambitions. We have goal and ambition singular. And one goal and one ambition for us is only the spiritual evolution. The spiritual lakshya. The spiritual anubhuti is our ekamatra lakshya. होना चाहिए because we are studying Upanishads. It is my duty and my authority to say because I am talking on the Upanishads. Thereafter, in another lighter mode, friendly gesture, like Krishna says, I also say Yatechasi Thakur. Yatechasi Thakur. But Bhagavan did not conclude there. That is only we to say. Later on, he continued with his order only. After this Yatechasi Thakur only comes Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tva Sarva Papebhya Mokshayishyami Mashucha. Isn't it? भगवान का जो है ये जो सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणम व्रज इज एन ऑर्डर ओनली नो भगवान ने ऑर्डर किया है वहां अर्जुन को सो he gives order also then he gives that total freedom also that the freedom is given in 63rd mantra but that is in general इति ज्ञानमाख्यातं गुह्यात् गुह्यतरमया विमृशेतदशेषेण यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु अगेन सर्वगुह्यतमं भूया कहते हुए then he talks about सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज. So यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु is from your side total freedom given to you. But I also have to tell my opinion because you asked me in the beginning only. So my opinion is whoever in this world and you are there now the second person directly addressed by me when सर्व धर्मान परित्य मामेकम शरण व्रजा आई एम ऑर्डरिंग यू इट इज लोट लकार मतलब ऑर्डर करना सारे धर्मों को त्याग करके माम एकम शरण व्रजा मेरे शरण में आ जाओ सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि. In the same way sometimes the gurus will out of the love they give that type of order sort of expression too. But whether you take it or not, finally it boils down to your faith and your dedication to Guru. Anyway, that was secondary. So the primarily we are studying Upanishads. How can we have any second goal or any other goal? Only Paramatma Prapti. So to this Paramatma Prapti Namaka Laksha of our Jivana. So I have Shraddha in my Jivanam and I have Shraddha in the achievement for my Jivanam. And that achievement is only one, that is Adhyatmikata. Isn't it? If that is the Shraddha, spiritual Shraddha I have, now apply one by one these 8 things. How much of the faith I have the faith about that spiritual goal? We have to see. We have more faith in the world and worldliness. That's why all our thoughts, our attentions, everything are dragged towards it. See, the गुरु के सामने कोई बंदा आता है ना एक माइक्रो सेकंड में वो स्कैनिंग हो जाता है इस बंदे को किसमें श्रद्धा है. Even to a doctor also when a patient comes, he just sees him and understands. Will he follow my prescription correctly or will he go to second opinion, third opinion, 10th opinion? पता चल जाता है डॉक्टर को इसको श्रद्धा है कि नहीं. So if I have the spiritual shraddha, it is expressed as the first thing as we discussed the 8 point, the faith. Then the second one is our own the interest in that spirituality. If you are interested in that spirituality, the time will be given to it more. Then the third one is the liking. When this liking is there is equal to love also, there is always joy in doing whatever we like. Isn't it? Whenever we are feeling heavy about our classes, our satsang or our sadhana, that means we don't like it. That means we don't have shraddha. When wherever there is liking, there will be focus. Even at this very moment, our amount of focus on what we are listening is directly proportional to how much Shraddha we have, and also that's what leads to how much we understand the subject. है. And wherever there is, how much are we focused on Adhyatmikata during our day schedule? I'm going through very quickly to see our Upanishadic study also. So if you are really focused, how many hours we will give for this spiritual pursuit. And at every attempt, how much we are single pointed. like a scientist. He is focused on what he wants to investigate and discover. Therefore, again and again he goes to his investigating or that research laboratory only. And in moments time, he just focuses on that. Because Shraddha, like sometimes you also when you see the news, among the news, some general news or routine है वो होता है. Suddenly one important news comes. You focus. The GST committee has rethought about, you know, uh, all its implementations to cope up with the US tariffs. How in India within ourselves, if we bring some modifications, some changes, that the effect will be reduced. Quickly, one the brilliant thought they got is this one: reduce the GST. So you show interest in that. How they have done, which other things they made it zero, they reduced it, and where they increased, and what's the purpose, how it has got effects on the international market, especially India. देखो कितना बढ़िया है. Because the GST is reduced in many things, the production supply cost will be reduced, then we can export to more countries with less cost. Then we get bigger market. No, they have their own. You show interest in it. We'll be focused in that news. Any other news, whichever. Like that. So अगर हमको श्रद्धा है आध्यात्मिकता में ना, हमारा जिंदगी में वही फोकस्ड रहता है. Like we have focus for this one class, for those who are regularly coming, not only this one class or 1 hour, throughout the day we have to have. नहीं किया फोकस मतलब और कहीं श्रद्धा है. Isn't it? In the same way, where there is focus, there is a clarity. एक बात 7 दिन पहले भी we have seen it. Feel not bad because we are friends now, at least for this one moment, 1 minute. That see our age, see our experience, and see our amount of exposure to Shastras and also the great Mahatmas we met. Still, we don't have the clarity. थोड़ा सा सोचना है. If we don't have, and those who have pakka, that this is what the goal I have to achieve, and this is the state of my mind I have now, and this is what the sadhanas I have to do to bring that mind to that mood or that qualification. जिनको है क्लैरिटी, कंग्रेट्स. जो नहीं है उनके लिए पूछ रहे हैं. अभी तक नहीं है क्लैरिटी बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव श्रद्धा, है ना. With at this age also we don't have shraddha or clarity for spirituality means what? Still we have the shraddha for the meaningless things of the world only. Still we are still in the deep delusion. Like yesterday's topic, Tulsidas ji said the first thing only of the manasika roga is moha. Moha means non-thinking. Then doing things out of habit, out of likes, dislikes, out of vasanas, out of outer influence, without thinking whether it is correct or not, whether it is required or not. Even in the same old Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha, as if that alone we are born for. Same ego, same upadhi tadatmya, same indulgences in the world, same things and beings, as if कोई हमें डंडा लगा पकड़ कर पीछे से धक्का दे रहे और तुम्हारी जिंदगी इसी के लिए है. अरे दैट इज पशुओं का जीवन है. That they can't think about something higher, greater. Pashus can't think. Pashyati iti pashu, na thinkati. You are a human. Manusya means mananat shraddhaya. Mananat manuhu shraddhaya shatarupa. Manu shatarupa santati. We are all मनुष्य. मनुष्य शब्द से ही है. मनन करके जो हायर गोल को समझता है उसको श्रद्धा से फॉलो करता है. इज कॉल्ड मनुष्य. क्लैरिटी नहीं होना इज ए शर्म की बात. Still our we are in 2 minds, 3 minds, 5 minds, 10 minds. Wow, what a and such we, what can we inspire our children? At least they are better in their clarity and vision. Zero spirituality, we are totally into the worldliness. वो बेटर है. कम से कम वो मजा मौजी मौजा कर रहे हैं. ना हम ना घर का ना घाट का. अब देखो फोकस की बात. Focus. When you have the focus, the clarity will be there. When the clarity is there, then there definite will be the commitment. How much we are committed. In our definitely in this life only, the greatest anubhuti I have to gain. In that commitment only, there the discipline comes. Out of the discipline only comes out the planning about the whole day. And after that planning, so scrupulously executing that plan, one by one. 4 बजे उठ गए, बस 4 20 4:30 से मेरा सुबह का है ना, वट एवर डिसिप्लिन आई हैव decided with my consultation with my guru or myself, isn't it? The systematic, the meditations, the contemplations, the studies, the japa, the upasana, the pranayama, the yogasana, then the whole day, whatever I have to do as a my dharma in the society, and my evening upasanas or pujas or evening bhakti sadhanas. So there will be practically everything done. And accordingly, who else is the pariksha karta for us? Who can test us whether we are growing in spirituality or not, whether we are transforming or not, whether changing or not? Who else? We ourselves are pramana. क्या मुझे कितना विवेक वैराग्य है और कोई दूसरा बोलना पड़ेगा क्या? क्या मुझे कितना मन नियंत्रण में है, इंद्रिय नियंत्रण में है? Who else have to tell me? I myself know it. And who else have to tell me how much I am clear about the Brahma Tattva, the Atma Tattva? I know. And where do I stand today in my Dehaditadatmya? Or at least have a reason about that, at least to identify with the Jivatva, which we are going to study now in this text. I know it, where do I stand ना, और कोई दूसरे बंदे की जरूरत ही नहीं. So then, if we have Shraddha and we do, we definitely grow and we will know that we are growing. Anubhuti alone is the antima pramana. है ना? Shruti pramana is there. है ना? गुरु प्रमाण गुरुपदेश इज देयर. श्रुत्या गुरुपदेशेन आत्मानुभवेन अनुभूत्या शास्त्र. We have seen no in the last but one shloka of our Brahmanuchintanam. Atra pramanam Vedantaha Guravaha Anubhavaha. You know, Vedantaha classes, Guravaha sufficient teaching. Vedanta means texts. Texts, Gurus, teachers, Anubhavaha, our own today's Teachers' Day. Our own Anubhuti is the pramana. We will know how much my individuality is withdrawn from this set of upadhis, and I am putting my efforts in identifying with the total I, the pure conscious self. कर रहे हैं तो खुद पता चलता. But all of that depends on one major factor, श्रद्धा. अब सोचो इस पे, श्रद्धा है तो श्रद्धा से सोचो, श्रद्धा से समझो, श्रद्धा से अपने आप को जिस तरह से मोल्ड करना करें, तो वी विल रीच आउट. Right, friends? Very important, sublime discussion we have done. It's a, blatant, naked discussion and question and truth only it is. Like, the relation between our country and other countries. Very blunt and blank truths they are all. है ना? With which country, what relation we have and for what purpose. उसमें selfishness कितना है, लव कितना है, यूनिटी कितना है, टुगेदरनेस कितना है. उसी तरह today's discussion is that. Think about it if you think it helps. Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo. Om Yerime Gurubihi Purvam. Om Shankaram Shankaracharya. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां. ओम श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम्. ओम सुकृते धिकृते बहुधा भवतो. ओम ब्रह्मानंदं परम सुखदम्. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्ति सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्धि धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयः राम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठा अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः येषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थं कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाद्यशङ्कर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययम् निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायस्य पारायणं 9, 10, 11, 12 ओम यस्मात् परं न परमस्ति किञ्चित् यस्मान्नाणीयो न ज्यायोऽस्ति कश्चित् वृक्ष इव स्तब्धो दिवि तिष्ठत्येकः तेनेदं पूर्णं पुरुषेण सर्वं ततो यदुत्तरतरं तदरूपम् अनामयं य एतद्विदुरमृतास्ते भवन्ते अथेतरे दुःखमेवापि यन्ति सर्वाननशिरोग्रीवः सर्वभूतगुहाशयः सर्वव्यापी स भगवान् तस्मात् सर्वगतः शिवः महान् प्रभुर्वै पुरुषः सत्त्वस्यैष प्रवर्तकः सुनिर्मलामिमां प्राप्तिम् ईशानो ज्योतिरव्ययः. Even today also it came, कि य एतद्विदुः अमृताः ते भवन्ति. The earlier studied shlokas when we chant, अरे यार ये सब इतना अच्छा टॉपिक है, हम कैसे भूल गए. श्रद्धा नहीं है तो भूल ही जाते है ना. श्रद्धा, let us develop that. Our Upanishad mantras, shabdartha, bhashyartha, sadhanartha, they should be remembered by me thoroughly and lived at every moment. This Shraddha we should have. Then only accordingly we work. Then only that state of our spiritual evolutionary being we will be able to achieve. Correct. Now, coming to this study subject, chapter 4, Tat Padam is over. एतावता तत्पदार्थः उपवर्णितः. एतावता means इन श्लोकों के माध्यम से अब तक, through the shlokas till this point, तत्पद अर्थः उपवर्णितः. In that तत्त्वमसि महावाक्य, where you are that Brahman is said, that Brahman Tatpada is Varnitah, Upavarnitah, very closely taught to you in all finer, ultimate details. Now the second word is that Atha Idanim. Now, Tam Padartham Upavarnaitum Uttare Mantraha Prastuyante. Upavarnaitum, to bring to your close notice, close understanding. Uttare mantraha prastuyante, the subsequent mantras are presented to bring to your very, very close notice. So what is that you want to bring to our very close notice? Tampada artham. The meaning of the Tampada, the Jiva, in the Tattvam Asi. So in the Tatpadartha, Yad Rakna, the beauty of this text which we have covered so far is, very interestingly, the topic started with the inquiry about Kim Karanam Brahma Kutasma Jata. From then till now, what is indicatedly said is always the Swarupa Lakshana Yukta Sachidananda Brahma in this Upanishad so far. But always that Brahman is indicated through the Tatastha Lakshanas only, which is called as Ishvara, which is called the Vachyartha in the Tatpada. है ना. तत्पद में एक वाच्यार्थ है, एक लक्ष्यार्थ है ना. वाच्यार्थ इज द ब्रह्मन विथ माया इज कॉल्ड ईश्वर, हु इज द सृष्टि स्थिति लय कारक. तत्पद लक्ष्यार्थ इज द ब्रह्मन without the maya shakti, therefore not an ishvara, the pure brahman satchidanand. So is not in the last all mantras, even now what we have chanted, The Tatastha Rupena, the Brahman is explained. But every time what he said is, he is that who has got all these powers. Through that he is doing this. So that aspect is the Vachyartha of the Tatpada. But he is having those powers means what is something other than that power only. No? And that other than independent of the power is the Tatpada Lakshat. So therefore, so far, etavata tatpadartha upavarnita is equal to tatpada artha vachyarthena upavarnitah tatpada artha laksharthena api upavarnitah. In that, in the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, we have to take the Lakshya Artha because Asi means this and that are one. Through Vachya Artha, they cannot be one. That's what Tattvamasi Mahavakya Vishleshana. Tattvamasi Mahavakya is such a laughable sentence that you are that. How can you say? Because Tat is Paroksha, Tvam is Aparoksha or Pratyaksha. Paroksha, Apratyaksha, दोनों एक कैसे हो सकते? You are the tree. How can it be? That is already that. You are you. How can you be the tree? But it is said by Shruti Mata, she cannot speak something wrong. So, if she has spoken Tattvamasi, it must be right. How it must be right? Trying to understand that is called as the genius of our Rishis Munis. So, therefore, they analyzed and they found Shruti Mata did not say Tattvamasi from the Vachyartha standpoint. She said it from Lakshyartha standpoint. In fact, by saying so, she is indicating the moksha. That when you discover your oneness with the Brahman, then only you are liberated. For that, you have to disrobe yourself of all the upadhis which are with which you are the vachyartha of the Tvam. So to discard the Paramatma's samashta shakti rupi upadhis also. Nirupadhika rupena, you both are one. So he is the what do you call the president of the country and he is the ordinary clerk of the country. Both are positions. Remove both of them, both are commonly citizens of India. Isn't it? It's a common one thing. Citizenship is one only. Through the Upadhi, one is soldier, one is president or army chief, whatever. That is what Tattvasi Mahavakya Vistarana. So here, so far the Tatpada is taught to you in its Nirguna Brahma Rupa because Chit Swarupa bar bar aa raha tha. And its Vachartha also is told because he is the one who is maintaining everything. That's what is said. Abhi tak bataya. Earlier to earlier shloka also. He is the one because of whom all the devatas are managed, etc. That is all Vachartha Drishtya. In the Lakshyartha, that is Ekamevadvayam Brahman only. Now, in the same way, Atha Idanim Tvam Padartham Upavarnaitum Uttare Mantra Prastuyat. So the subsequent mantras are presented in front of you for Upavarnanam, clear explanation about the Tvam Pada Artham. And Tvam Pada also will have two meanings naturally, the Lakshyartha and Vachyartha. With Vachyartha Tvam, we are bound to Jiva. With Lakshyartha Tvam, we are liberated, the Ishvara or the Brahman. So here, very beautifully in these mantras, what is made in this jiva, what goes in the making of the jiva, they are explained. So you and I are dissected. You and I are crystal clearly explained what we are. None of us never know what we are, but we know only a part and parcel of it. Not the total as a jiva too, and beyond the jiva where actually the Brahman, वो तो हमको पता ही नहीं. Our Nija Atma Brahma Swarupa are not known. As a jiva, we don't have all aspects knowledge about ourselves. We think we are body only. Who are you means body only bas. और जब खींच के पूछा जाता है, then we say our intellect that I am a doctor. You know, all the intellectual knowledge it is. Sometimes we tell about power, possessions and properties. I am the owner of those buildings. They are all some aspects of I, me, the Tatastha Lakshana Yukta Jiva. But in total sublime way, what am I constituted of? These are the beautiful. In that only again, because of these only we are bound. And getting freed from them is getting freedom or moksha. इसको बताने के समय ही यही बंधन के हेतु बताते हैं, इनसे मुक्त होना ही मुक्ति है. Right? Now chant the mantra. So what is the subject discussed in next 6 shlokas? Tvam pada artham upavarnaitum uttare mantraha prastuyante. So tvam pada means I. So who am I? I am going to be told here as a jiva. Tvam pada ka vachyartha. Or within that only tvam pada lakshyartha also will be told. One by one word we have to study. Study now first mantra once or twice. Gunanvayo yah falakarma karta कृतस्य तस्यैव स च उपभोक्ता स विश्वरूपस्त्रिगुणस्त्रिवर्त्मा प्राणाधिपः सञ्चरति स्वकर्मभिः. Again, गुणान्वयो यः फलकर्मकर्ता कृतस्य तस्यैव स चोपभोक्ता स विश्वरूपस्त्रिगुणस्त्रिवर्त्मा प्राणादिपः संचरति स्वकर्मभिः. So out of these 8 things, gunanvayaha, palakarmakarta, krutasya tasyeva cha upabhokta is the third one, vishwarupaha fourth, trigunaha fifth, trivartma sixth, pranadipa seven, sancharati swakarmavihi 8. Spashta sankhya hai. First one we have seen yesterday. Who is Jiva to begin with is Gunanvayaha. Bhashakara's Bhashya visa Gunaihi Anvayaha. Anvaya means endowed with, having sambandha. And always sambandha is in two rupa, aham and mama. संबंध किस तरह से होता है? अहंता और ममता रूपी संबंध. तो गुणों के साथ इनका अन्वय है, संबंध है. अहम रूपेण and mama रूपेण. What are the gunas here? Gunas means vasanas. So gunaihi means vasanamayihi anvayaha. The tendencies, the impressions in us. And this, which type of vasanas, how the vasanas are formed, what are the vasanas with which the jiva basically is endowed with, attuned with, associated with, related with, as aham and mama, is karma vasana and then jnana vasana. है ना? कर्म ज्ञान कृत vasanamayihi anvaya. See that? We are all the bundle of vasanas having karma and jnana. And here jnana is not the Atma jnana, the jnana through the indriyas, through the antakarana, about the outer anatma vastus. है ना? Is there any doubt in that? Karma vasana and jnana vasana. Continuously we gain the newer ones and we live already existing ones. Karma vasana and jnana vasanas, karma samskara and jnana samskara, are the ones with which I always am endowed or owner of them. And that every of the jiva is proud of his own various karmas, but especially the result oriented ones. He tries to tell everyone कि मैंने ये किया, मैंने वो किया, मैं उधर गया, मैं इधर गया. These are all called as karma vasanas. We are proud of it. If somebody does the mistake of asking you, बताइए आपने जिंदगी में अभी तक क्या किया? If you really have done lot of things, oh karma vasanas. Everyone in their own respective field. ओ बाप रे, कभी कभी आप ना टीवी में देखते हो किसी का पिछले पिछले जीवन का इंटरव्यू. It is so touching and engrossing. Not because of the content, but that fellow is so much attached to his past. He will tell it so seriously. And some of them relate to us because everybody does the same nonsense. So we also feel engrossed. Anna, you ask that businessman, Anna, how did you come to this level? Then he starts telling, first I was there doing this, that. अपने एक एक कर्म का बताएगा. देन मैंने ये मेहनत किया, वो मेहनत किया, धीरे धीरे तरक्की पाया. ही विल टेल. Ask a collector directly, how did you become? Then he will tell from the age 10 only, I was inspired by my uncle, who is also no civil servant, now he is Indian ambassador to that nation. And then I also, from then onwards, I focused. Sara karma vasana apna batayega. How he used to burn the oil in the night, how he used to go to the institutions or libraries. आजकल सब हाथ में होते हैं. Anything you want to study, there is electronic. Lucky, we are so lucky in today's world. बट ऐसा नहीं होता था. 30-40 किताबें खरीदने को भी पैसे नहीं होते थे, इसलिए वो लाइब्रेरी में जाकर पढ़ते थे. We have done all of that. Didn't we go to libraries to study the books and come because we can't buy them? मैगजीन्स वगैरह होते थे लाइब्रेरी में. द CSRs वगैरह, द रिव्यूज वगैरह वहाँ होते थे. And whichever the subject we have chosen for our civil services, that library we go, that section of books we take, study and note down the page number, continue next day. किया ना? अब ऐसा नहीं है, सब अवेलेबल. So I am telling you, गुणान्वयः कर्म. Ask any army officer, Bob Ray Bob, he will tell his service right from when he is inducted into whatever the rank to begin with. Glorious things, very inspiring. Guru Gunanvaya. I was posted there and there this happened. I was posted here. This that happened. I was there in 62 China war. How we've done it. Yes, though we lost it, but there was a brave work. Then I was there again in 71 Pakistan, India war. Bangladesh में बचन. I was there very much. Then he will tell I was there in Blue Star 84. I know. He will say I was in that time Kargil में मैं border में था. That really is a very inspiring life. Is of these soldiers and army people. Because tough होता है उनका, everything is. So they will tell that guna anvayaha means karma vasanas. Isn't it? एक साधु सन्यासी को पूछोगे तो he will also tell his karma vasanas. How he went to his ashram, was with the guru at his feet, then went on doing what guru said, all of that. So we are all the bundle of vasanas, one of the karma. Second is jnana vasanas also. These are the two things. और लोग भी अपने ज्ञान का भी फिर कितना, अभी तक जो था about doings, about the jnanam also everyone has vasanas. And in today's world, थोड़ा भी ज्ञान हो, दबा कर बोलोगे तो you are right. Many times you know better, but you don't have the strength to say. Your wife or husband or children, they know nothing, but they tell strongly. And they also tell, Papa, you don't know. And you believe also, yes, I don't know. You don't know that you going to the class is useless. And you start thinking, yeah, correct, यार कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ा. ना बाबा जी में बोलने वाले और ना मुझे सुनने वाले. So the jnana vasanas, the knowledge impressions. I know cooking. See that? I know cooking and I do cooking. I know the warfare and I do fighting. But they are different now. I know medicine and I did the medical treatment. The knowing and doing. Sometimes many things we know but may not get chance to do. Sometimes we do the things without clarity because somebody ने कहा हम कर देते बस. But we have the bundle of vasanas of both. So first one is said, Gunanvaya means karma, jnana, krita, vasana, mayaihi, anvitaha, yasya, anvaya yasya, saha ayam gunanvaya. बहुव्रीहि समासो. So गुणों के साथ अन्वय है जीव को कहते हैं. कर्म वासनास एंड ज्ञान वासना. कर्म में सब इंक्लूड करना, कर्तृत्व, कर्म, कर्मफल एंड उसका अनुभूति भी इसमें आ जाता है. कर्म वासना में अनुभव वासना आल्सो. Like I said, yes, we won that war. There is a joy. That's an अनुभूति. उसका भी वासना. गुणान्वयः, first one. Second one is फलार्थस्य कर्मणः कर्ता. Second identity of this Jiva Bhava is फलार्थस्य कर्मणः कर्ता. थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनना. He is the doer of the actions, keeping in mind the result of that action. Now you see, to get rid of this only, we are told to do our swadharma karma without phalasakti. Or we do the seva to the Guru without any asakti of the phala. In either case, the phalasakti aspect is transcended. When you are asakta to the phala, we are continuing to be jiva. Ab dekho the connection between this class and the next one. The next one is Mahaphaleshu Kadachana. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते महाफलेषु कदाचन. गीता का वही तो पढ़ रहे ना. So फलार्थस्य कर्मणः कर्ता is the jiva. So whenever I keep in my mind the result before doing anything, I am jiva. Spiritually seen. In the world without prayojana, we should not do anything. Spirituality also, the karma is done with prayojana, but the prayojana is not outer sthula vastus. The prayojana is inner antakarana shuddhi. Freedom in the antakarana from its raga and dvesha to the objects, to the people, to the anubhutis, the vaishayika anubhutis. उनमें से फ्रीडम को अंतकरण शुद्धि कहते हैं. उनके प्रति विराग को. For achieving that, we do the karmas as a sadhaka. That is our artha or prayojana. But the actual jiva who is not yet become sadhaka, he does the karma keeping the artha in the mana. Artha means prayojana. So phalarthasya karmanah karta is jiva. When all the karma phala sakti is dropped, divine expresses through us. Or when the divinity expresses through us, we do all that which is told by divine, not for any phala. At that stage, doing itself is the phala, that's it. Like Hanuman ji. अब कौन सा हनुमान जी को पूरा आप देख लो. Have you ever anywhere seen some फलार्थ? है ना. बहुत करवाया मेरे से, इतना मेहनत वगैरह, बहुत साल हो गए. आप मेरा शुरू करो तनख्वाह देना, मेरा प्रोविडेंट फंड शुरू करो, मेरे लिए इंश्योरेंस बनाओ, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, व्हीकल इंश्योरेंस. कभी हनुमान जी का हमने देखा क्या? और एटलीस्ट मेरा नाम तो बोलो कि मैंने आपका हेल्प की. इफ आई वर नॉट देयर, who would have searched Sita ji in Lanka? If I were not there, who were the ones who would have helped you in saving Lakshmana? Isn't it? You never see in this one special character, Hanuman, that there is no falarth. So to every of the avatars. अवतारों को अपना स्वयं का प्रयोजन नहीं होता. स्वयं का प्रयोजन है तो जीव के. So to the saints who are realized, they also have no falarthi. Like Bhagavan Vyasa has written, all these, क्या फल है उनको? लोक कल्याण के. Adi Shankara Bhagavan has done so much. What for? Loka kalyan. What Pujo Gurudev did all this for? Any his personal benefit. मुझे पद्म भूषण दो, पद्म विभूषण दो. इनके शिष्यों को मिला, वो लोग ले भी लिए, उनको नहीं दिए. He never said no पलाशक. Interesting है कि नहीं? Therefore they are not in the any jiva bhava. So फलार्थस्य कर्मणः कर्ता. Second identity of the jiva. Third is कृतस्य कर्म फलस्य स एव उपभोक्ता. कृतस्य कर्मणः स एव उपभोक्ता. कृतस्य कर्मणः फलस्य. कृतस्य कर्म फलस्य. Any karma done definitely gives the result. So he is the upabhokta of them. So karmas are two types broadly: papa karma and punya karma. So पाप का फल दुख, पुण्य का फल सुख. That भोक्ता is jiva. साधक क्या करते हैं? He is not expecting in phala. He is not doing the papa karma. Whatever swadharma he is doing. So he is not the upabhokta of the phala, but he is the Upabhokta of the Shuddhi of the Antakarana. There you can't say Upabhokta, you can say he is an achiever of the freedom of the Antakarana. This is the third one. So his first one is Gunanvayaha, second is Falakarma Karta, third Krutasya Tasya Vacha Upabhokta. इसलिए in sadhana we are told to give up the phala also to the Ishvara. When we leave that phala to the Ishvara, it is not ours. When you give it to Ishvara, Ishvara doesn't want them. Then where that phala goes, it goes into the Akash, in the space. Khe layam gacchati. That is why it's called Khelaha. Why Khel? Khel means Khe gacchati layam. Because no phala expected. समष्टि में मिल जाता है बस. The remaining 5 of them we'll see tomorrow. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnasya Purnameva Om Shanti Sri Tatsat. Om Gangadapataye Namaha. Come, let us browse through Gita too.